The hardest thing for any professional is to keep up with the pace of learning. Unlearning and learning is probably one of the biggest learnings that I had in my careers through. Don't get perplexed by big problems and divide the problems into small parts. Take each step at a time and quickly learn from your mistakes, if any, and keep on improvising. Don't choose a job, choose a profession that you really love. Jobs will grow, but if you love what you do, then there is no ending. Even after 30 years in sales, I'm still learning and still enjoying, and that passion still exists onto me.
I am your host Gaurav Garg and we welcome all our viewers to our show Amazing Mentor. Today with us is Mr. Sudhir Nair. He is Managing Director Sales Cisco and founder of a digital platform known as Perform to Potential. He has led multiple transformation projects, managed sales and business development across enterprise, mid-market, SMB, channel and corporate strategy for the world's leading organizations like Sun Microsystems, Oracle, Avaya, Microsoft, and Cisco. His expertise in IT is spread across cloud solutions, networking, data center, contact center, collaboration and unified communications, application and middleware, productivity software, and cybersecurity solution. It's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Sudhi Nair to our show, Amazing Mentor. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah.
So, tell us about your childhood and your hobbies which you enjoyed as a child.
See, I was born and brought up in a very small town, Nangal in Punjab, and we lived along with 3,000 other families because my father used to work for a fertilizer plant. Everybody knew everyone, and it was like a very close community. It was a wonderful place to grow up. As far as my hobbies are concerned, I think reading was one of the things, but I was very selective into that, not everything. I've never read a fiction in my life, but anything which involved around people, behavior aspect of it, I would be very interested, and that habit stays with me even now.
So, what about your schooling? Where did you completed your schooling from?
There was a school in the campus which was Fertilizer Model School, the CBSE, and that's where I finished my schooling. So,
Any naughtiest moment you'd like to share from your schooling life?
Look, plenty of them. My mother used to teach in the same school. So, obviously, in the school, she was a very strict teacher, but I used to have my own way of taking revenge with her when we reach home. So, I've done enough of those things which kids at that age will do.
So, how was you as a child? Were you an introvert or extrovert child?
I think I was a fairly extrovert child. That's what I was born, and probably I was brought up like that. That you speak what's up your mind and don't be afraid of that. And I think the school also played a very big role in shaping up my character in that way.
So, what was your dream job when you were a child, and how many times the dream job changed?
The earliest dream I can remember of because when I was 2 years old, there was war with Pakistan at that time, and the area that I was in was considered a high threat zone. So we had to do a lot of preparation. And we always used to fantasize about pilots because it was like a glamorous job to me at that stage. But when I grew up, I realized that behind all that glamour is so much of work and so much of danger which goes across. But over a period of time, when I grew up, I always watched my father who was in sales right through. So the passion of sales came right from there. And after that, I've never thought of even changing my profession.
So, where did you started your career journey from?
So I started with an Indian company, DCM Group. That company doesn't exist now, but the DCM Group still exists, obviously. That was DCM Data Products because at that time there were probably just 3 or 4 Indian organizations which were in IT, and I was very clear that I wanted to be in IT sales. So I started with DCM.
So, what all challenges you faced while starting off your career?
I was very fortunate because I was straight away sent. I joined in Delhi office of DCM, but my manager there decided to send me into small town that time Jaipur, where there was no office. So I was the only salesperson around. So I had to literally take a small first floor of a bungalow at rent and open up an office because there was no office which existed. And the first 2 years of working independently, and let me remind everybody, at that time there was no email, no internet, no mobile phones. So the only way you could get in touch with your HO, where my boss was, that you have to write a letter to courier and wait for it for a couple of days for him to send you a reply back. But I think that 2 years of independent upbringing with nobody around and learning everything on the fly. Obviously, I was fortunate enough I was able to meet my boss once in a quarter, and that too I had to go by road to Delhi. But I think that initial part really brought this whole aspect that look, you got to be very independent. You need to learn on the job, and I think probably that's the best thing which happened in my career.
So, what was the first project which you did as an IT professional?
Look, for me, it was cracking a large sales contract from a very large manufacturing company. And what I sold to them is a very complex CAD CAM design solution. At that stage, even local area networking was a big thing. Nobody had heard of LAN at that stage. And to put a very complex solution to a hardcore engineering company, which were actually designing engineering products and fighting against a competition which had almost 10 people and very established in Jaipur. And I think that sort of helped me to learn the basics of sales and also to face a formidable competition. But if you have a good strategy, you can actually win over a formidable competition.
So, who is your mentor in life?
Multiple of them. I've been very fortunate to work with some of the brightest leaders into the industry. I think if I take the last 15 years, I've worked with at least five leaders, and each one of them is for me has been like going and doing a new MBA afresh because each one of them bring their own style, they bring their own uniqueness, and also very important is few things you don't want to copy. So you want to be very clear about what works and what doesn't work. So I would say not one, but I still continue to enjoy at least five mentors.
So, you have 27 plus years of professional experience till date. What are the major challenges you have faced in your career?
Multiple of them. I think the hardest thing for any professional is to keep up with the pace of learning. And when you are younger, you don't have any experience on your side. Getting that experience is sometimes, and learning from it is a challenge. Like I did that in my first job, I had to do everything from scratch. But I think as you grow up, sometimes unlearning those experiences because you get experience can work both the sides. You become a sort of you can say a prey to your own experience, and you stop experimenting and learning new things. So I'll say unlearning and learning is probably one of the biggest learnings that I had in my careers through. I think the second thing is that don't get perplexed by big problems and divide the problems into small parts. Take each step at a time and quickly learn from your mistakes, if any, and keep on improvising. So I'll say those are the main things that I picked up.
So, any action or decision you regret in your career?
There are multiple of them. I think one of them that I can think of is that I didn't do right due diligence in joining an organization. And after joining the organization, I realized that probably it was the organization was not in the pink of health. And when an organization is not investing and inventing, it is difficult to grow. And hence, your career also sometimes becomes a bottleneck. So I think that's the one that I realized that it was a mistake. And when you make a mistake, acknowledge it and don't let your ego not allow you to undo that. So I very quickly undid that and moved forward from there and joined a fast growing organization. And that was, I think, one that I would really want to call out.
So, what all learning have been there in your professional life?
A very difficult question to answer. I'm still learning. But I think, yeah, I think the first one is that don't choose a job, choose a profession that you really love. Jobs will evolve, jobs will grow, but if you love what you do, then there is no ending. Even after 30 years in sales, I'm still learning and still enjoying, and that passion still exists onto me. So I'll say the number one biggest warning is that. I think the second one is take risks. Prepare yourself for the next level of role or opportunity or job, and anticipate that and prepare yourself. People normally I've seen imagine about this or think about that, but they don't build enough skills. At any given point of time, you should be building new skills which will help you. And when the opportunity comes, take that risk because opportunities don't come every single day. So those will be some of the big ones that I have picked up on the way.
So, what are your roles and responsibility as managing director, sales Cisco?
Look, I'm responsible for a set of customers in India and SAARC countries, and my responsibility is to help these customers and partner, make Cisco their partner in their digitization journey, and then help them to understand what problems they are going through and give them the possible solutions which exist from Cisco perspective. So that's really what I do for Cisco.
So, what motivated you to start your venture known as Perform to Potential?
During the lockdown time, I realized that there was a lot of people who were approaching me on social media looking for jobs, and Look, I can't give everybody a job. There might be only very few positions. But then I thought that let me do something about them, even if I can't give them job offers. And then my this learning came to the picture that always continue to enhance your skills, because one fine day, those are the things which will help you rather than anything else. So that's where I came out with this idea that in my circle, I'm so fortunate. After working in 30 years, I will know a lot of people in the industry, and many of them, or I'll say most of them, don't mind coming and sharing their knowledge. So that is how I started this platform. When you say there are people who need specific knowledge, and especially from practical aspects of it. Theoretically, you can obviously go to higher education and you can learn a lot from there. But how do we practically imply those things, especially in these tough times? And that is how I created this platform where I said, let me bring the experts I know into the industry and come and share their knowledge with the people who are interested in, so that they can learn something from it and enhance their skills and obviously grow their career and sometimes find the jobs. Some people are unfortunate who have lost their jobs. So I think that's really how I started this platform.
So you have mentored over 50 plus birthday IT leaders across the country. So what motivation is behind mentoring them all?
Look, it comes from what I love doing. And about 5 years back, in one of the training programs, I was asked to write my purpose of life. And after spending 6 months, trust me, it's not an easy thing if you have to write your purpose of life in less than 25 words or maximum 25 words. What I wrote was that I want to be involved in the next phase of the transformation of Indian IT industry, and in that process, mentor 50 plus leaders in the industry. So that if that is my purpose of life, that gives me the maximum amount of energy, and I get a lot of motivation whenever I speak to somebody who's in need, who needs a little bit of help, and if my experience can come out handy, that is a really good motivation for me. So that's what motivates me.
So what advice would you like to give to students who want to start their career in IT sector?
Look, I think first of all, careers now are very different. So my first advice will be find that one thing which really appeals to you and build your skills around that. And especially to the advice to the students is that you will pick up a lot of good theory in whatever course you are studying, either you're studying engineering or you're studying a management degree or commerce or whatever else, right? But I think what I will encourage all of them to do few pilots where you are using that knowledge into something which is practical. Because that's where you solve real world problems. That's where you really get to use the education which we have been lucky to go through some good colleges and from the best teachers around, but apply that to the practical world. And that's my only big advice, that do multiple of them. You will feel very good, and you will also feel very confident about the concepts that you learned. Because without practical knowledge, theoretical concepts sometimes can just remain a theory. And more importantly, have the risk to put your idea into a practical use. Because every time you take a decision, there is a risk, and go ahead and take that risk. That doesn't matter. And that's how you will continue to learn and continue to take risks. And if not first time, second time, third time, you'll get it right. And that's what will matter.
So what are do's and don't you suggest while starting your career journey?
Look, the only do I will say is, as I said, decide upon what gives you the passion and just go and acquire knowledge, whether it is learning theory, very important, or going out and learning practical things. Continue to learn, continue to experiment. The other thing which will be very different from for students of today is that look, when I started, I just started in one career and maybe I'll retire in the same career. But now my own thought process is that any student who's passing out now will change probably 4 or 5 times their careers in their professional lifetime. One, because things are changing so fast. Machines are making a lot of jobs redundant and they're opening up new jobs. Life cycle of organizations and life cycle of technologies is remaining very short. So they are likely to change at least 4 to 5 different professions in their life. So get used to that, get used to the risk taking. And once you have that exposure and you are willing to take the risk, you might change from one career to the other. Choices are too many now. So don't confine yourself into, say, one stereotype. Maybe as a first starting step you want to take, and keep your ears and eyes open after some time you might find something which is more appealing. People who grew up in my age are normally stuck to one profession. But going forward, things will be very, very different.
So now we will start our rapid round.
Yeah.
Your favorite actor and actress?
Amitabh Bachchan is my favorite actor, and not only an actor but also a role model. I think I don't know anybody who's more disciplined in their life. And look at his age; he's doing more work, and some of the youngsters who are really doing. And I think on the actress part of it, I'll say Hema Malini again for the same reason. Look at the longevity, right? I mean, it's not like one movie star, two movie star. To do something good for the first time is good, but to continue it for 10 years, 20 years is not a joke.
Favorite color?
Black.
Your favorite destination?
Switzerland will be the number one destination to my mind.
Your favorite car?
That is BMW brand. That was the first luxury car I owned and continues to be my favorite.
Things which are in your wish list?
Well, I have at least 10 places to visit in life. So I'm really fond of traveling. So that list continues to grow every time I hear about a new place.
Your dream house?
Well, I stay in a house that my wife built about 13 years back, and it is really good for me. So that is my dream house.
Second choice of career?
A coach, professional coach.
At last, one line that defines you?
I think it is belief. Just believe in yourself, believe in your capability. More importantly, believe in your ambition and hope.
So thank you very much, sir, for your time, and it was pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank you for having me here, and wishing all the listeners and viewers really good luck in their careers.